This is the Aaron J Show. I am the Aaron J. To say it has been a while is an understatement, but it definitely has been a minute. Mm, excuse me. Got to keep hydrated. So yeah, it's been a while, you guys. What all has been going on? What all has been going on in the world, in this circled world we live on? I don't think much. This may be a short one, you guys. Probably just a catch up because for the life of me, I can't think of what's been going on outside of the apocalypse. So yeah. So for those of you who don't know, who have probably been under a rock since November, the Rona is here. The Rona has arrived. The Rona is out here. The Rona is wrecking shop like a bull in a china shop. Yeah, I mean, I joke because that's my coping mechanism for extreme fear. But yeah, it is not looking too good out here. At first, it was thought to be a hoax by our commander in Queef. Has since been proven pretty wrong. So yeah. So because of the coronavirus, we have all these stipulations and rules we now have to adhere to. Excuse me. That have become what I like to call our new norms. So basically, that's 6 feet. Social distancing, 6 feet apart. Now, and I live in Michigan, so now we've got all these extra type of stipulations for stay-at-home rules. You can't go to each other's residences if you don't live there. Basically, what she's done in Gretchen's defense, and to her credit, is she's instituted martial law really quietly, just without people realizing it, like without her saying it's martial law, and everybody going crazy and pulling their hair out, and it turns to the purge. She's really done it quite stealthily. Stealthily. That's a word. It's a word now. Where she'll do, what she did initially was the stay-at-home rule, which was stay-at-home ordinance, which was only essential businesses can be open. So drugstores, your grocery stores, hardware stores, which she's come to regret. Places like that, gas stations, stuff you need for essential items. So of course, people being people have found a way to, make it worse for everybody else by doing stupid shit. So people have been going to hardware stores, and instead of going there to buy like toiletry items, bleach, ammonia, stuff like that, toilet paper, paper towel, essential items. Nope, they're buying mulch by the bucket loads and lumber. I saw a couple pictures. I know some people that still work at the depot, and they were just, I'm just seeing all these pictures and stuff like that of people loading up, customers loading up, entire bunks, which for those of you who have never worked in lumber at a depot, a bunk of lumber is like a giant, big-ass stack of lumber. I mean, people loading onto their car. Those are clearly non-essential items. Like, you don't need, when I think pandemic and stay-at-home ordinance / watered-down martial law, I think it's time for outdoor patio project. Like, that's the first thought that pops into my head. I don't know about y'all. When I hear the word pandemic, I think patio. I think it's time to redo my kitchen. Like, I get it. You're at home. You're in the house. You're in the house board. My favorite TikTok song. I get it. But come on. And like, I know for a lot of people that stir crazy, kids have been out of school since, God, it seems like December. But it was actually February where she instituted where they, said no schools. So the kids have been out of school. They're not going back to school anytime soon. So it's a very unique time to be alive. Very interesting time to be alive from a historical standpoint, because you'll be talking about this for centuries. They'll be talking about 2020. Of course, not for anything positive, God forbid, but for, the pandemic of 2020, where it's our new normal. Like, I don't see it, and I don't want to be a pessimist, but I'm going to have to be on this one. I'm going to just be a realist. It's not looking good from a standpoint of us going back to quote-unquote normal. Like, I think social distancing and having to wear protective face gear. I bought a Bane mask for facial protection because I'm a nerd and I want to be safe. Facial protection, gloves and stuff like that. I think a lot of this stuff is going to be our new normal. Like that's because they don't have a cure for it. There's no cure or vaccine on the horizon. So even if you beat it, like let's say you catch it, beat it, and you go back to normal. I mean, you go back to your regular life, you can still catch it again from somebody else. So it's not going anywhere. So how do you maneuver through that? Like, how do you deal with your kids being at home like that? You know, you can't take them out to the park because parks are shut down. Most stores, they only allow certain people per square footage now, which is the ordinance that she just updated today. Her being Gretchen, I don't want to be rude and not give her due respect. Governor Gretchen. You know, so if you can't take your kids to certain places with you, how do you maneuver that? Like, I'm a parent in a double parent household, so I don't have those type of issues that other single parents do, where they have to get a babysitter. If you can't find a sitter, you are FU to the CK asterisk. You know, you're not going anywhere. So I'm blessed enough to be in a situation where I do have a co-parent who we can co-parent. We're not in each other's way. We help each other. You know, it's a cohesive team unit. So that's awesome. But not everybody has that. Not everybody lucked up in the baby mama department or the baby daddy department. So how do you do that? Like, how do you negotiate that? Like, I would, you know, obviously my comment section is going to be open because this is going up on YouTube and it's going up on the website that I desperately need to update, abpinkmedia.com. So, yeah, that's how do you negotiate that? Like, so that's really to my single parents. Like, how do you negotiate that? How do you, because you can't leave your kids in the car because that's, oof. And that's actually a security story of the week that I've got several in the bank. I'm just going to do a whole 10-minute show about it when I get some more free time. But yeah, so how do you negotiate that? How do you go places, but you can't go places? So yeah, that's it's a new normal, man. It's a brave new world, and it's really interesting to see how it jumped, because it went from this thing in China that you heard on the news about, and then it's like on to the other stories, till it's jumped to other countries, to okay, Italy shut down. What? A whole country shut down? Like that's crazy talk. Then it jumped and it came over here, and once it got here, it just like wildfire, you know. So, but those are our new normals. Essential. So what I want to talk about first, essential items. So I was joking earlier when I said that paint was essential because, of course, paint is not an essential item. You don't need paint to survive, unless you don't need paint to survive. There's nothing in paint that has any type of dietary use for you. You don't need it for fiber or vitamin C, you know, or vitamin P, because it's paint. That was a horrible joke, so we're going to move past it. But so essential, I want to look up the definition of essential for those of you who don't realize what essential means. It's an adjective, which means absolutely necessary, extremely important. Absolutely necessary, extremely important. If I take a sip of my water, let that sink in for the classroom. Absolutely necessary, extremely important. Good old H2O from 7-Eleven. So, to my people that's been standing in line at Home Depots and Lowe's and Menards. Ooh, Menards got hit hard. If you don't know what happened with Menards, Google it. They got hit pretty tough with the, they got hit pretty hard with the stick from old Gretchen. Because they were basically price gouging and doing, selling non-essential items. Which that ordinance that came down today, which just to backtrack real quick, the ordinance that came down today basically states you can only have a certain amount of people in your store per square footage. So no more than 50 people rule, because people were abusing that rule. The original rule was 50 people at a time. They leave, 50 more come in, you know, stuff like that, which was dumb because just because you're letting 50 people in, those could be 48 of them could have a disease and they touching all over your merchandise. You're not going to disinfect all that merchandise and let 50 more people in. You'll never make, you know, you'll be all day at it. So, but I digress. So the new ordinance basically is the stores are to block off sections of the stores that have non-essential items. So like gym shoes, I guess that would be essential because you need shoes. So what would be non-essential? What's a non-essential item? Weightlifting stuff, mulch, garden stuff, paint, that's non-essential, lumber, That's non-essential. What are you building? An ark? Like it's a pandemic, jackass. But I just don't like people that that do stupid shit. I can't abide by stupidity. But essential items. So, am I guilty of going out to purchase non-essential items? Yes, comma no. In my situation, my kid's mom works at the night shift at her job at FedEx, and I work doing security. I'm not gonna say the name of the security company. So I work doing security. I've been deemed to be essential, so I'm one of the few people that's still working at my current site. So because I'm a supervisor, which is a catch-22 because I feel bad for my officers, but it's one of those situations where am I gonna give up food for my kids' mom? Like it's a whole different situation. But I digress. So I'm essential. She's essential. So I'm with the kids in the morning, which my kids wake up. They have the sleeping fans of the show, devotees of the show will know how my kids are with their heroin addict level of their sleep patterns, like a heroin addict. So they'll be dead, knocked out, like you think they're comatose and, knocking on God's door for an hour. And then they'll pop up, jolt up, energy for 10 hours straight. So keeping them corralled and keeping them going has been kind of a chore. But so we work it out like that. To her credit, she, I talk shit. We jab at each other, but she's alright. She's good folk, as they say down south. So we work through all that stuff, but it's really difficult to. What was I saying? A non-essential item. So it's really difficult to maintain normalcy because you're with your kids all day. So I went out last weekend to the gas station, risked our break, to go get a bottle of Cabo Wabo because I was fiending for a tequila sunrise. I quit drinking a while ago. Not quit, but really tailored it down because I made just stupid ass decisions when I was drunk. But so I want to get tequila to my Cabo Wabo, my Grenadine, my OJ. Made it, So is that non-essential? Is alcohol non-essential? Yes, comma no, because you're stuck in the house and you're stuck in the house bored. You're in the house stuck and you're in the house bored. So what am I supposed to do? Like the kids are asleep, I'm woke. You can only play Halo for so many times. Is our cigarettes non-essential? What are essential items? So I think it really depends on the individual as to what you feel like is essential. But we can all agree toilet paper, medicine, stuff like that is essential. Liquor probably really isn't essential, so I probably violated the law when I did that, but the gas station's selling it, so whose fault is that? Because I got gas while I was there, so it was an essential purchase wrapped in a non-essential purchase. So it's kind of like I'm hungry, I'm starving, I go to McDonald's and get a sandwich, but I also get a cookie. So did you really need the cookie? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So that's essential items. So we're going to pivot over to essential people versus, and this is a topic that was given to me by my good friend Corbin Brantley. Check him out on YouTube as well. Corbin, C-O-R, I want to say B-I-N or B-E-N. Just switch the vowels out till you find him. You'll know him when you see him. Cool cat. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So, essential versus expendable. I feel like I'm expendable, to be personally honest. That's why I didn't want to tell you what company I work for. I feel like I'm expendable. I feel like if I catch it, if I go down, you could just give another schlub a white shirt and a patch and send him out to walk around the mall. So I feel like essential personnel are police officers, emergency response units, which consists of firefighters and EMS drivers, and end of list. Doctors, nurses, stuff like that are, but essential people that should be out in the streets, that should be out and about are as follows: doctors, nurses, cops, EMS drivers. Who else did I say? That's it, really end of list. A lot of these stores and restaurants don't need to be open. I get why the fast food restaurants are open. I don't know why they're not just doing DoorDash. I don't know why they're still doing drive-through because you're still in contact with people. But with drive-through, I guess you could always argue I'm just passing the bag out the window and he's grabbing it from me. So I'll let that slide. But a lot of these other stores that are still open are just baffling to me. Kinko's, I drove past it. It's still open. I draw Michael's. Why are you still open? Who needs yarn? Like, yarn isn't essential to live. Hobby Lobby, places like that. If you didn't get, we all saw this quarantine coming a mile away. Anybody with sense. So if you didn't get your essential stuff then, I kind of feel like that's on you, and the store should be closed and penalized if it's still open, because you're basically feeding the fuel for the damn disease. Like, it's not to be trifled with. And I think people honestly thought it was something that you could trifle with, and that's not the case. Like, worldwide cases, we're at 1,588,712 with 94,933 confirmed deaths. That's as of today. That's done. That's globally. So you can say, oh, this globally, those numbers can be flubbed. Okay, smarty. Locally, we're at, and this is just in my state of Michigan, we're at 20,346 confirmed cases. So those are people who got tested and it got confirmed to have it. Those don't even count the people who probably are carrying it, but didn't get a chance to get tested yet. With 959 deaths. So, again, a skeptic will probably be like, well, I mean, more people die from the flu, and I even heard our president say, which is even scarier, more people die of a car crash if we stop driving cars. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, smarty. So let's compare us to Ohio, which is literally damn near right down the street. Ohio only has 5,148 cases with 193 deaths. It's a hell of a gap. And our cases are going up by the thousands every day. And that's because people just aren't listening. People, and they're hard-headed. And I want to say it's just Detroit, but it's not. Even though they got a speech for me coming. Just sit down somewhere. Like, I get it. You're at home. You're in the house. You're in the house bored. I get it. But come on. Like, especially when you're in an area where you're right on top of each other. And those are the places that's hardest hit. So with Ohio is a big-ass plot of land that's spaced out. With Michigan, it's a big-ass plot of land, but you got a lot of little spots that have a lot of people in them. So you got Roseville that's got a lot of people in it, but it's a little bitty spot. So you got all these apartment buildings and complexes where people are right on top of each other, which means the maid can only come through that bad boy and spray everything out with Lysol so many times because you're right on top of each other. So you're breathing the same air, touching the same laundry machines, touching the same banisters. So that's going to spread like wildfire. So that would explain the natural jump, and it also would explain New York's numbers, which are 100,509. Wait, oof, I'm about to botch this number. 100,059, 937,000 deaths. Wait, 150, I said it backwards. 159, 937. That's what number they are. I botched that completely. Damn you, DPS. With 7,067 deaths confirmed. In one night, 799 people died. And again, that's because people are not taking it seriously, which you can, somebody said this, I think it was my friend Toya who said this, and it was brilliant, because she's a brilliant person. Look her up too. She has a cookie business, which I'm pretty sure is not doing that swell right now because of what's going on, but it is presently gifted, which look her up on the Instagram on the presently gifted, presently_gifted. Check her out, smart lady. But she said it. This virus is like a bullet. A bullet don't got no name on it. So if you do let's say you do a drive-by, and you're trying to get the person that's in the house that you hate. You shot 100 bullets in that house, and you still missed the person and got everybody else. So that's kind of like how this disease is, where it's like, I could be out bullshitting, playing around, going over this person's house playing Madden, going over this person's house smoking weed, going over this person's house doing dumb shit, and not catch the disease, but carry it. And take it home to my kids, they get it. So you're gambling anytime you go out the house. So I know it seems lame listening to rules and regulations, but in this particular situation, like, these numbers are nothing to scoff at. Like, and these are the numbers we know of. We're running low on tests. We don't have enough tests. We don't have enough people to test. You got hospitals that are people are coming down with it. I think they say a Beaumont, pretty sure I'm gonna botch this number. Over a couple hundred workers caught it. So that's 100 and something plus workers that are trained medical professionals that can't go to work. So it's really one of those things where it's crazy. It's legit insane. Like, and I just wish people would really just listen. Shit, it's not that difficult, man. Like I have the reason you guys haven't heard from me, I've been on this workout kick. I was doing a 100-day workout challenge, trying to work out every day for 100 days straight. Was doing real good. Rona hit, chopped that shit down to nothing. So that's what my podcast time had gotten switched over to workout time, which is the backstory to where I've been for the past 2 to 3 months. Okay, so water. But yeah, y'all take it seriously, man. Like it's real serious out here. But the ray of sunlight in this bleak world is the internet and streaming services. The internet has been on fire. I'm gonna get to that in a second. But Tiger King. If you have not seen that documentary, please go watch Tiger King on Netflix. Pause this, go watch it, come back. I got a whole different other video I want to do about that. I even want to go live with that one because that's Joe Exotic for president 2024. He's my guy. I'm voting for him. But go watch it. Internet. These bloggers. You got DJ. I forgot. I'm gonna botch his name. I'm gonna come back to it. But Tony Baker has been at the top of his game. There's been a DJ on Instagram going live, killing it. We've been getting all these battles with artists versus each other with their hits on Instagram Live, killing it. Bootsy Live on Facebook, which is kind of X-rated, but I love it, killing it. TikTok, God bless TikTok. TikTok has been murdered. I found myself as a 36-year-old grown-ass man, father of two, watching TikTok for 45 minutes the other morning while I was cleaning up and not realizing 45 minutes had went by. Just the content, man. These people are being quarantined has really brought their originality out of people. It's something to behold, especially the Arch Challenge. The Arch Challenge. For those of you who don't know now on TikTok, I suggest you go check it out. Basically, is females demonstrating how to properly arch your back for certain sexual situations. And it is a sight to behold. If you thought twerk videos were something, this is like twerk videos to a trillion. It's check it out. But TikTok has been on fire. YouTube on fire. People like Kev on Stage and All Def Digital. They're quarantined within their respective houses, but they're doing these group FaceTimes where they're still just spitting off comedy. It's just I really enjoy All Def Digital, and as a fan of their particular brand of comedy, man, it's something to behold. Tony Baker, like I said, has just hit a whole new stride. He's got me doing the 16 and 8 fasting challenge, where you fast for 16 hours a day and then only eat for 8 hours, but you got to eat healthy. I've been kind of flagging on that because I'm a smoker, so at night I got to have my sugar. But I'm trying to get back to where I was. But this Rona really hit, so you couldn't. My whole schedule and stuff is thrown off. But yeah, internet, man, internet has been killing it. But with every good thing comes a bad thing, and the Flat Earthers came back, which I thought we were done with them, but they came roaring back because now people are sitting at home bored, so they're researching stuff. So now they're actually believing these yahoos again. So for those of you who don't know, there is a certain sector of people who believe the world is flat and not a globe, like we've known since 1492. But I'm not going to give them enough gas because they know that's stupid. These are people who have either never been on an airplane or who failed Earth science. Sorry about that. I'm recording from a space where I can get easily distracted. So, yeah, TikTok, internet has been killing it. Flat Earthers, still stupid. Wrestling, for some reason, is they don't have an audience, so they have like they're doing it at their developmental center in Orlando, which at first I was on the fence where I'm like, wrestling without an audience, like that's kind of stupid. Like the pop of an audience is what makes the matches hype, but no. WrestleMania this year was in 2 parts. It was 2 nights. It was Saturday and Sunday. It was actually really dope. The Randy Orton Edge match was really good. They did a lot of pre-taped stuff. So the Undertaker versus AJ Styles in a Boneyard match was all pre-taped, but very cinematic. It was a really, listen, wrestling is already one of those things where you had to suspend disbelief. You have to believe that wrestling is its own actual universe that just happens to travel from city to city and is centrally located inside that city's municipal center or arena. So it's really once you gotta be on a limb to believe to buy into it anyway. So the fact that they were doing pre-tape stuff didn't bother me because I'm like, it's not fake in the sense of you can really get hurt from that shit, especially taking the bumps and stuff like that. But it's fake and it's scripted, so it's already scripted. So what difference does it make whether it's pre-taped or not? So I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the hell out of it. It wasn't that I enjoyed it. I thought I would miss an audience, but I didn't. To be honest with you, it was actually really, really well done. And if you have the WWE Network, I suggest you check it out. So that's really, my boy Drew. So my guy Drew gave me a topic to discuss. Actually, one of my last ones. It was actually tied into a topic I was going to discuss anyway, which is I recently fell back in love with Nintendo as a company. So my youngest son broke my Nintendo Switch. So I saw this quarantine shit coming a mile away. Like months before everybody else did, I saw that shit coming. So I told my kids, Mom, let's start buying some stuff, preparing for it. Because we saw it coming. We're like, it's coming. Everybody else is, la da 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 da. We're like, nope, we'll be getting ready. So, we were the ants in this scenario. So we get everything prepared. So I'm like, okay, he broke my Switch. My oldest son, Aaron, usually plays my Xbox. For those of you who don't know, who aren't fans of the page, my oldest son is diagnosed with autism. So certain stuff calms him down, makes him happy. He's calm. He's not rambunctious or being lashing out or anything like that. So he likes my Xbox. So I'm like, whatever, dude, play it. Watch he watches his little educational YouTube videos and stuff like that on there. No issue with that at all. Knock yourself out, kid. It's only a system I paid $500 for in a 4K TV. But knock yourself out. Go for it. So his brother loves my Switch. Loves Mario. He's actually pretty good at it. So he loves Mario. So he broke my Switch. So I'm like, shit, I need to play something. I'm stuck in the house. I don't have my gym time no more, so what am I going to do? So I'm like, I got to play a video game. I need to that's how I get my creative juices flowing. That's how I get my brain sharp is through video games. So I go buy a Switch Lite. If you don't own a Nintendo Switch Lite, if you had the money, you could afford it. I was just getting one. I bought one. I love it. You can't hook it up to the TV. Not a big loss for me. Graphically, it does the same thing as a regular Switch, but it's more handheld than the actual Switch is. So it's a little bit smaller. Like I said, you can't hook it up to a TV, but it's still amazing. I love it. So of course I bought Legend of Zelda on there because I had to rebuy it. I didn't backup save my original save, so I got to redo everything, which sucks. But great games on there. Luigi's Mansion 3, wasn't a fan before, huge fan now. Love that game. Donkey Kong, of course, one of the best platformers out. But my buddy Drew brought up an excellent point. Why is The Legend of Zelda named The Legend of Zelda? She literally is just the prize at the end of the race. Like, she doesn't do anything. Like, she hasn't really done anything to help outside of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and even then she got captured again because she was Sheik. Spoiler alert for those of you who, you know, have been under a rock since '98 and didn't play that great video game. So she was Sheik in that one. I want to say in Twilight Princess, she was captured in that one too. And in this one, Breath of the Wild, which, wow, beautiful. The Joker of video games, just beautiful, gorgeous, love it. She played a role in that one towards the end, but only so much as she was like one of the sages that helped lower Ganon's energy level down. Like, she didn't really help you at the temples because you forgot who she was in this one. For those of you who haven't played Breath of the Wild, and shame on you if you haven't, you basically, Link woke up, I want to say 100 years into the future, and Zelda put him in a coma so that when he woke up, he could help fight Ganon, who took over Hyrule, and it's just like this desolate place and stuff like. It's a really good video game. You got to play it to fully grasp it. So, this is a great game all around, but she doesn't really serve a purpose. It would be like naming Super Mario Brothers The Adventures of Princess Peach. It's like, huh? Really? She literally just gets captured at level 1-1, and, you know, at 8-4, you get her again. Like, it's not. That was a very good question as to why that video game would be named that. That's very poor naming. That's like naming Batman, you know, The Chronicles of Commissioner Gordon. What? It has nothing to do with anything. But that's how they, you know. But The Legend of Link doesn't sound as cool. The Legend of Zelda sounds cool. So I guess, you know, F what I was thinking, but it just doesn't. It's basically blah, 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 blah. It just doesn't make a lick of sense. But yeah, that's a good. Why would you name it that? It's like naming Superman Lois Lane, reporter. You know, Adventures of the Reporter Lois Lane. Like, what? Who cares? Who gives a shit? It's about Superman. Like, Link's the one fighting giant wolves and beasts and goblins and shit. Like, why? You know, why would you name it after? Whatever, you know, justice for Link, man. Shout out to Link. Link, you know, he's unsung hero. But, all right, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to put my time limit. I'm trying to limit these because I've noticed that the shorter videos get more views and clicks because we all have ADD. So, stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe. Take care of each other. You got kids. Keep them educated. To quote Lupe, don't mess up the children. Do not mess up the children. Don't infect them with your dumb shit. Keep them as educated and as stimulated as possible. Teach them as much as you can because the world they're going to inherit is not the world we came from. So be mindful of that. Be mindful that this is our new normal going forward. So just take care of yourselves. Like, let's keep the thought into a minimum. I realize who's saying that, but take care of yourselves, man. Stay safe. God bless. And you're going to be hearing a lot from me because I have nothing else to do. Peace and love.